Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. This week it is what has become a new summer tradition for me. It's the annual barn tour. This year it is in DeKalb County. So right now I'm in the town of Somonauk at the Somonauk Presbyterian Church. This is where the start of the tour is, so I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna check it out. So this year there's like 5-6 barns plus this church on the tour, so it should just be a blast. I'm looking forward to it. It's a beautiful day. 71 degrees, blue skies, very little wind. It's a crowded barn tour. Like I said, I'm at the very first stop and there are a ton of people here. So they run this from 9 a.m. till noon. So it's not the great, light that you would prefer to get, right? You're not getting that early morning or dawn light. So I'm thinking I'll just get a few shots outside, but inside the church and inside the barns, I'm gonna look for beautiful, gorgeous light that kind of tells a story about the church, about the barn, about the farm, whatever I can find. So I'm going to be looking for some detail shots, interior, but still looking for good composition and good light. That's what we're always after. So hey, thank you very much for joining me again this week, and here we go, off into the Somonauk Presbyterian Church. Thanks for joining me.
This was built in 1875. There was a building here before, but it got to be too small. So this.
Alright, so for the church, I put my 12 to 24 millimeter Sigma lens on because the church was small and it had that awesome cathedral ceiling with all the beams and the stained glass and all that stuff. So I waited around as long as I could to try to get some shots that didn't have people in them, but that was going to be next to impossible. But it's a big crowd, which is really good for these people that run it, because it's hard to raise funds these days. So great crowd, difficult for photography, but I focused in on some detail shots. I fell in love with that little corner image where the light was coming in through the window, and it was a circular staircase that would take you up to the balcony. And I shot that for a while, waited for the right light. So hopefully that came out. I actually bracketed that shot, so just because the range of light was so dramatic. But then at the very end, right before I just walked out of there, I shot a couple using the pews as a leading line, taking it right to the stained glass. I just thought it was pretty cool and had an opportunity. I literally saw it out of the corner of my eye as I was walking out, so that was pretty cool. Alright, so that's stop number 1. Now we're off to stop 2, which I believe is a barn. Well, I know it's a barn. So here we go. Alright everybody, we are at stop number 2. It's this farm here, and it looks like the main attraction is this old barn right behind me. Kind of looks to me like a dairy barn, but I'm not positive. But gonna kind of take the same approach, gonna get some exterior environmental portrait type of shots. Again, there's tons of people here, so you know I'm not gonna get anything portfolio worthy. But getting some cool shots nonetheless. I'm sticking with my 12-24 millimeter lens for the same reasons that I talked about before. Going to try to get some detailed shots inside the dairy barn, and then we'll go from there. So here we go, let's go. Alright, so that's it for stop number 2. It's just such a beautiful old barn. And again, I just got a couple exterior shots. Spent the majority of the time inside the barn. Just got some beautiful pictures. The light was very dynamic. And again, the tones. Almost, I was thinking about the Antelope Canyon video when I was seeing all these warm, gentle, soft, rustic tones inside this barn. So it was just awesome. Just had a great time. And the thing that you guys don't get to see or hear are the stories that the folks here are telling about, just growing up here and living on the farm, and the things that happened in the barn along the way and the history of it. So it's it's really awesome. So just a beautiful day. It's 11:15. I've got 2 of I forget how many stops, but I got the first 2 stops done, and we're off to stop number 3. And I understand there's pork chops at stop 5, so I definitely have to make it there. All right, great. Alright, stop number 3. Let's check it out. Alright, so I was all set up to get a nice little fun picture of this pumpkin patch with the barn behind it, and then all of a sudden, for some oddball reason, somebody decided to park a car right up next to the pumpkin patch. Oh man. Well, off to the red barn we go. Still at stop 3, and heading over to the red barn, which is over here. See that? Not a bad option, but it's like, really? We're gonna park a car right? It's all good. Here we go. Yeah. Too low. Alright, a little change of plans. Garrick forgot that Garrick has to deliver some real estate pictures today, so I have to get home and get those done and get those uploaded and delivered so my real estate agent can get the house listed today. So, it's an annual thing to go to the summer barn tour, and it's an annual thing to only get like 3 barns photographed. So maybe next summer I'll get more, but until then, I am Garrick, and I am your very best friend in the whole wide world. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you next week. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for dialing in this week, and we'll see you next week. Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye.